Hey, what's up, Ward Wrestling here? Another awesome show for you. We've got a young stud over from the Auburndale area. His name is Raymond Shaw. Uh, Wrestled in districts last year, wrestled regionals last year. We just saw him. Didn't you just wrestle with the Alpha Dogs?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You saw him on the Alpha Dogs, runner up at the Summer Knockout. Lots of fun to watch. He's growing. He also is a football player at Auburndale, right? What position
Yes,
do you
sir.
play?
I play DN.
Nice, nice.
Defense.
Well, man, welcome to the show. It's good to see you. Glad to have you on. How's everything
Yes, you
going?
too.
How's the off season been for you?
The offseason doing good. We just qualified for Fargo.
Nice. So you'll be on the Fargo trip.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Are you doing both styles?
Yes, sir. I had qualified for both styles, but
Man, good for you. So obviously the off season is where you get the work in. So next year you're on that podium, right?
yes, sir. Hope so. That's the plan.
You're a football kid and a wrestler. How do they talk about how both sports kind of help each other out? Like you're a football player who wrestles. How does wrestling help your football, and how does football help your wrestling?
The athleticism. Like I feel like me being a football player helps that like a lot. And with football helps with the aggressiveness, like very aggressive. Football is very, very aggressive sport.
Nice. And being a wrestler and being a D end, uh, how does uh, how does it translate? Does it is your arm speed better? Are you lower to gravity? I mean, center of gravity lower. How does it affect your progress on the football field?
I mean, I mean, football. I feel like it's like the other way around. Like football helps with my wrestling because when I play football, I'm a DN. I really just do my job. I mean, I
That's
don't
awesome.
know. I feel like football. I can't really say I have gotten better. I think I'm really just the same person, in my opinion.
But the
But
athleticism translates better on the mat for you.
yeah, like when we talk about wrestling, I feel like I've done got way better. I see the progress every day. Like football, I don't know. It's just like I don't know.
Football comes easy to you, right?
Yeah, like football is just something I've been doing since I was a kid, and it's football.
But the wrestling, you see your wrestling getting better every day.
Yes, sir.
It's awesome. Hard work. I know we have a young man on our wrestling team over at the First Academy where my older kid went to school, my younger kid wrestles, and he's one of the top linebackers in the state. He was in, I guess there was some big football game you guys do during the where all these like all county kids go, and
Mhm.
he wrestled for the first time this year, and man, he would be out of breath sometimes, and he'd be and but his athleticism and his size is so awesome. Like
Yeah,
as soon as his wrestling meets his athleticism, the kid is going to just soar, right? And I think that's what being an athlete like yourself, once your wrestling and your athleticism come together, now you're starting to see yourself grow, right?
yes, sir.
And but he said, man, going back to football practice was easy after wrestling practice.
Yeah, it is easy. Yep, it is.
He said, man, I wasn't out of breath. I was doing drills harder. I was able to run longer. Just he couldn't believe the difference.
Yeah, wrestling, like when you wrestle for that first time and you play any other sport, gonna be easy.
That's cool. So
Like,
you're gonna be a senior coming up this year. I know being a football player and a wrestler. What are your goals for next year?
the goals for next year, finish out the football season. Hope we go in the state title. That's the goal. We we're getting ready for war. So yeah,
That's
and
nice.
wrestling. The goal is, the goal. is go to states. Really,
It,
I mean, getting on the I want to. The goal is to get on the podium.
which would be
That's that's the
a,
goal.
a huge feat for you, which would be awesome. You can see you progressing every day. I get to see you out at the tournaments. Um, what what has what made you decide to wrestle? A lot of kids, we hear a lot of the football players and other athletes kind of transition into the wrestling room. What made you?
This is a funny story. So, all right. So it was my sophomore. It was I had skipped freshman year, so I just came straight as a sophomore, and I was trying out for football. Well, it was football summer camp, or I don't know, I forgot what it's called, but it's like summer workout. So at the end of summer workouts, it had started raining. So I had asked Coach Thomas, can I go to the gym? And when I'm in the gym, at the time it was Coach Jones, Coach Matt Jones, and Coach Thomas. They was in there and they were looking at me. They was like, "Hey man, you should wrestle with me." I was like, I ain't finna wrestle. Probably like some WWE type of kid. So then like me
Yeah.
whole time I didn't really know about the high school sport wrestling. When he said wrestling, the first thing I thought of was WWE.
Yeah, jumping off the top rope.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, so when they talk about wrestling, I didn't think it was the wrestling high school wrestling. I'm thinking it's WWE. So I go home, talk to my mom. She was like, "Yeah, I think you should wrestle," because I grew up watching WWE. So I was like, it might be fun. So after wrestling season, I mean after football season, yeah, I came in the wrestling room, and ever since the first day, it was just like I couldn't not stop coming back. Like I always came back. I haven't missed a practice since. I
Fell
swear.
in love with it.
Yeah, I feel like in love with it. So it's like,
What
yeah,
uh, what what has what has Coach Thomas meant to you?
um, he's he's been a lot. I mean, he's a father figure in my life. Best coach I ever had. He's just always around. Like Coach Thomas is always around. Like I feel like he's not gonna never not be. Like he's always around.
Yeah, he's a really good human. I like him a lot, and I think it's good. And he's kind of transitioned into football focus now, right? And they're bringing
Yes,
in,
sir.
they're looking for a wrestling coach to take over because I know it's hard for him to do both, right?
Yes, sir. But he gonna still be in the room though, because
Yeah.
it's like all of his kids are still wrestling. So I feel like he's gonna come back and I know come back
Yeah,
and
he thinks he
be a
can. He
father
thinks he
figure.
can get away from it, but he won't, right?
Yeah. So he gonna just come back in the room and then, I hope so. Yeah.
Is your goal to be to wrestle or to play football in college?
Um, to wrestle. Like we'll just come out this stuff today. Like I dedicate the sport of wrestling. Like I like the dedication that I have for it. It was like I have to wrestle. Like I don't put in so much work, and that's like the goal is to just go to college. So I
Right.
mean, yeah,
So I guess
yeah,
if it's for football or it's wrestling, I'm going to college.
yeah. Basically, I mean, yeah,
Well, if one sport recruits you, you can always. I mean, I'm sure. Let's say you're recruited for wrestling, nothing says you can't walk onto the football field, right? Or if you're recruited for football, nothing says you can't go walk into the wrestling room, right?
yeah. That is true.
So the goal is obviously, like you said, get to college. So college is something that's on your mind. It's important to you. It's something that you want to do
Yes, sir. College is very important.
for sure. And is you want to do? I know I ask kids when they're looking for colleges. Is it something that you want to stay close to home, or do you really want to get that experience and get out of the state, or does it matter? I don't care. I just want to get an opportunity.
I mean, it really doesn't matter. I just want to get an opportunity, but I really kind of want to get out of state. But it really doesn't matter to me, but like that's what I would prefer. But if I can't,
See a change of scenery, kind of get to kind of start your own life, right? Create
yes,
your own
sir.
thing for yourself. That's awesome.
Yes.
Um, George is always calling me about you kids. He's always, or oh, that's my dog. He's always around you kids. Um, what a genuine, lovely human being. I mean, what does he mean to the program and the love and passion that he brings to you kids? How important has he been?
He's really the anchor of the program as in the off season. Like he scheduled us with all these off season tournaments. He helped us all the time with every tournament. Like he's like Coach Tom. He's always around. He's just like he's always around. He's always helping out.
Yeah,
Always.
what a genuine human being, right? He's just so awesome. I love seeing him, talking to him. Big hugger. He likes to hug.
Yeah, he does like that.
So that's cool. Well, good, man. I mean, listen, I always appreciate being able to give a platform to you kids and get out there and take pictures of you guys. And hopefully I got some pictures of you at the duels.
Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir. You did. That's
So,
pretty cool.
so that's good. And yeah, man, that final duel against Georgia was what a duel. It came down to that last match.
Yes,
Obviously,
sir.
the last kid that they had, Pedersen, is an absolute hammer. We love Williams. Williams is a great kid, a great wrestler,
He is a great wrestler.
an awesome wrestler. This kid Pedersen's just another level, and they took it home there. But man, it was what a fun duel. What a fun duel it was to
It
watch.
was,
Who
yeah,
did you
it
end
was
up
a fun
having?
game.
Which weight were you at?
I was at 175 after that.
Who'd you have to
I was at
wrestle?
Weaver. I forgot his
Tank.
first
Oh,
name.
you had to wrestle Tank Weaver.
Yes, yes.
Oh yeah, Tank Weaver.
I
That
mean,
didn't go well.
I was excited. Like I was excited to wrestle him because I don't think I really wrestled someone like Elijah Pitton, but I feel like I wrestled someone like that, like wrestles like him. So I was excited.
That kid's an absolute stud. I mean, he just won an HSCA's, three-time Georgia State champion.
Yeah,
He's he's an awesome kid, just a great kid. I love talking to him. But yeah, I mean, good. Well, you got to feel what the best feels like, so now you know where you got to get to, right? Uh,
yes, sir.
I mean, that kid, that kid went to the Life U Open this past year as a senior, and he beat college kids. So that just to tell you how good he is.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Yeah, he is
Yeah.
pretty good.
It looked like I now I remember the match. It looked like at the beginning, like your athleticism was kind of keeping you at distance and you were kind of doing your thing. But then once he started getting on
Yeah,
his bicycle, he
yeah,
started getting on his, because I remember you jumping up and just shaking your head and smiling like, damn.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, he looks stronger than he looks stronger than he looks. I can't even lie. I mean, yeah, he was doing misdirections, and I was like, yeah, he's the real deal.
It's the real deal. Yeah. It's awesome. Well, cool, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on, man. Anytime you want to talk, holler at me. You're always welcome.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir.